Hello everyone, I am Nairaj and I am going to teach you some fundamentals of physics that will help you throughout your journey in 11th and 12th. Now, after your 10th, you will need some fundamentals, some foundation to make you secure very good rank in your 11th, 12th and the entrance exams. And these topics are considered fundamental, but they are so important that sometimes students try to overlook it. And if your foundations are not strong, okay, like for example, if your roots are not strong, the tree cannot grow high, or if the foundation of the building is not strong, the building cannot go very high. Similarly, your foundation has to be very very strong, especially if you are answering competitive exams like NEET and JEE. Okay, so after your 10th, before your 11th or during your 11th, you will need certain concepts which are very very fundamental but very very important. And on your screen you can see the first concept which will help you throughout physics is measurements. Now this chapter will keep coming in all other chapters, you will realize that. And for people who have done physics, you will realize how important measurements as a chapter is for your foundation. It is also your foundation and it is also the first chapter, be it your state level book, whichever state you are from, or be it your CBSE book. Okay, and in measurements there is something called as fundamental quantities. So the topic that I am going to touch upon today is your fundamental quantities. Therefore, in physics, you have 7 fundamental quantities. What is the meaning of the word fundamental? The meaning of the word fundamental is independent. In physics, I have 7 independent quantities. That means these quantities do not depend on any other quantity at all. Independent. All other quantities other than this will be dependent on this. That is why they will be called as derived quantities. So they will be called as derived quantities. So in physics you have something called fundamental quantities and derived quantities. The quantities which are not fundamental are derived. There is something called supplementary also, but that we can cover it later. Now if you see the supplementary and fundamental quantities table, on your screen you have something called as fundamental quantities, and you can see there are 7 fundamental quantities in front of you. These 7, okay, now let me enlarge it for you. These 7 will be the only fundamental topics throughout your entire physics. Okay, and against each fundamental quantity I have even mentioned the SI unit. Remember, there are many ways in which I can express, but in your 11th and 12th it is always better to express something in fundamental units. Okay, that is your SI units, system international units. Therefore, if you look at the first fundamental unit, if I show you, the first fundamental unit is length. Now length, height, depth, distance, displacement, wavelength, all of them are considered length itself. And various ways to measure length: meter, centimeter, kilometer, yard, light year. Also you have something called as inches. But among all of these, the SI unit taken for length is meter. And you can see the unit is also written and the symbol is also written for your length. Just check. This is the unit and this is the symbol. Now if you look at the next one, okay, if you look at the next one, it is mass. Okay, now remember, you should by now, okay, at least at the end of this video, be in a position to recite all 7 fundamental quantities, because they will never change. And it is always better to know various ways of measurements, but on the screen only SI unit is given. Second one, if you see, it is called mass, and the unit of mass, that means the SI unit of mass is kilogram, also kg. Okay, but there are many other ways also of expressing mass. Okay, think about it in your mind. I can measure mass in gram, I can measure mass in milligram, kilogram, ton, but the SI unit of mass is kilogram. And next we come to something called as time. Now remember, all these are very very different. Length is completely different, mass is completely different, time is completely different. That means they are independent. That means very diverse. And time you can measure in minutes, hours, second, light years. No, light year is the unit of distance, not the unit of time. You can measure them in millennium, decade, century, but the SI unit of time is chosen to be second. Why SI unit is preferred, or why you should stick to SI unit in your 11th, 12th and entrance exam? If the unit is not mentioned, it is always SI unit consideration. That means you have to convert everything into SI unit. If it is not given in SI unit, even your answer should be written in SI unit by default. That is why knowing the unit is very good, but knowing the SI unit is very significant. Okay, and surprisingly and importantly, out of the 7 fundamental quantities, we have done the first 3, and these 3 are the most commonly used fundamental quantities. So if I ask you how many fundamental quantities are there in physics, you will tell me there are 7 fundamental quantities. Out of these 7, how many are most popular? That means how many units are used again and again, or how many quantities are used again and again? Answer is LMT, length, mass and time. That means out of the 7, if you are told to select the most important 3, your answer will be length, mass and time. It does not mean others are not important. It just means these are more widely used. That means the derived quantities, most of them depend on length, mass and time. The next one, if you see on your screen, is temperature. And if you can see, the SI unit of temperature is Kelvin. Now there are many ways to measure temperature, and the keyword is KFC. Kelvin, degree Fahrenheit, degree Celsius. But the SI unit is Kelvin. The other ways of writing temperature is degree centigrade or degree Celsius. 2 mistakes students make. First is they don't write degree. If you don't write degree, it's wrong. I'm talking about centigrade and Celsius. Secondly, both are same. Either you can write degree centigrade or you can write degree Celsius. And one more unit to measure temperature, which is most commonly used in India for measuring body temperature, is degree Fahrenheit. For example, when you say body temperature is 98, 99, 100, we are talking about degree Fahrenheit. Your digital thermometers, your thermometers always have this particular scale. And in India, we use degree centigrade to measure room temperature. If you have an AC, if you have an AC remote, you will notice that the temperature is written in degree centigrade. Okay, not only centigrade or degree Celsius. But surprisingly, the SI unit is Kelvin. Neither degree centigrade nor degree Fahrenheit. But the keyword to remember is KFC. That is Kelvin, degree Fahrenheit and degree centigrade. The next one is electric current, which is taken from the topic of electronics. Electric current is the most fundamental quantity of electronics also one of the most fundamental quantity of physics, named after the scientist Ampere. It is one of the most commonly used unit, also the SI unit. Okay, that is for current. It is also called electric current, but the general usage is it is called as current itself. Now, if you see the next one, luminous intensity, or it is also called luminosity, and the unit is candela. Now, candela actually stands for the word candle. Therefore, if I tell you the brightness of a room is 40 candela, it means my room is as bright as 40 candles being burnt. Okay, so 100 candela, 100 candles. So more candela you have, more luminous intensity or luminosity. Indirectly, it is brightness and intensity. Okay, brightness and intensity cannot be measured by any other quantities. They have to be measured in something called as candela. There is one more unit called lumen, but it is not the SI unit. Luminosity is also measured in lumen, but candela is chosen as the SI quantity. One more quantity which is very famous in chemistry is the amount of substance you take, not the mass of the substance, the amount of substance that you take, and that is measured in mole. The unit is MOLE and the symbol is just MOL. Very popular unit in chemistry. Don't confuse it with amount of substance with mass of substance. Mass of a substance is given in kg and amount of substance is given in mole. Now you should be in a position to answer all 7 fundamental quantities. Not only that, you should be able to answer the SI unit as well of the 7 fundamental quantities. Now you might have noticed something in the table which going forward in any chapter, in any standard, you have to follow these rules while writing the units. That is why if you see, there are some rules for writing SI units. Okay, now let me go rule by rule. There are many rules, but let me focus on the most important rules, so that starting from this video you will come to know that whether the unit is written in a right way or whether the symbol is also written in a right way. Now if you look at rule 1, okay, if you look at rule 1, the unit must always be written in singular form. Most common mistake that Indian students make is they write the unit in plural form. I have displayed the table again on the screen. Now let me enlarge that table. If you look at the table, okay, if you look at the table and if you look at the unit, none of the unit is in plural form. It is meter, kilogram, second, Kelvin, ampere, candela, mole. Okay, that means it is not in plural, meaning there is nothing called meters, there is nothing called seconds, there is nothing called kelvins. It is always written in singular form. So if it is 1 meter, it will be 10 meter, it will be 100 meter, it will not be 10 meters. That is the most common mistake. Or if the mass is 1 kg, it will be 10 kg, 100 kg, 1000 kg. Kg will always remain in singular. That is why if you look at the table, all the unit is written in singular. You also have to follow the same thing. That means there is nothing called amperes. Okay, it has to be ampere. Doesn't matter what the number is. It might be 100,000, 1 lakh, 1 crore. 1 crore ampere itself. Don't use the word amperes. There is one more rule in the unit itself, and if you can look at the screen, you will notice that unit must be written in small letters even if it is named after a scientist or a person. Now, if you look at the unit, all the units are written in small letters even if it is named after a person. For example, Kelvin and ampere both are named after scientists. But while writing the full form, that is while writing the unit, remember I'm talking about unit, I'm not talking about symbol. Okay, unit must be written in small letters. Remember, this is not for symbol, this is just for unit. Even if it is named after a scientist, even if it is named after a scientist. Therefore, you will not find a single capital letter anywhere in the unit, even if it is named after a scientist. Okay. Now, the next rule is for the symbol. Now, if you look at the third column and if you look at what is written on the symbol, symbol which is not named after a person must be denoted by small letters. That means, if you look at the first one, meter. Meter is not named after a person, therefore it is denoted by small letters. Similarly, kg not named after a person, therefore denoted by small letter. Remember, I am talking about symbol over here. Okay. And whichever symbol is not named after a person is written in small letter. And looking at this, you might have predicted what will be rule number 4. Rule number 4 will be, if it is named after a person, the symbol has to be denoted by capital letter. Remember, again, this is for symbol and this is not for unit. It has to be denoted in capital letter. Therefore, in future, if you look at a symbol, in future, and if the symbol is denoted by small letter, it means it is not named after a scientist. And if the symbol is written in capital letter, it means it is named after a person. That is why in future, when you look at any symbol, you yourself should understand whether this symbol is named after a person or it is not named after a person. For example, I have Newton. You notice Newton is always denoted by capital N. That means Newton is named after a person. Watt is named after a person. You might have seen you have something called Joule, which is named after a person. Therefore, looking at the symbol, you will easily come to know whether that symbol is named after a person or not. Okay, now this covers the most fundamental concepts of physics, which is measurements. We will continue with all these foundation classes in my next video. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.